This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
Okay, and just an until come on some going last hours open. NARO.
General.
Yes, sir.
I think that what happened in Maracana, it be here attention.
Okay.
Now, the interesting aspect of it is the 5-time champions, Brazil, I got 3 games without a win. In fact, 4 games without a win. On the last 3 games, I'm lose. I will look at it and off the pitch incidents and then what is actually happening to Brazil of all teams. And they are lying C's on the South American log. We'll look at that. Okay. We are no Eddie Free Honoma. I think, sir, Germany, they are friendly, but I'm sure I am share kakra. Hansi Flakes, I got some 2 games, Nina on Luzua and some kakra. But minim say, Ubery as be beer, or might be or mine part of it be a would ding see on mine and Casa. We are seeing you be the Rock of Gibraltar. But we'll take the Rock of Gibraltar, the nickname of John Mensa, by Gibraltar for one. General, Omubo Euro qualifiers in Navy. 8 games, Yashomu 41. Oh, when 41 goals conceded in 8 games, not a single goal. And I Gibraltar for no over to me. Of course, you very harder in some way because in club football, I'm saying some kakran in the moon.
Okay.
Tuba ebidi hunkomo. Our lady kaka. It was amazing how Senegal failed to beat Togo, and he had not had his first international game for Togo. Or that game. General.
Okay. All right. Inti nina hunsensem yadi ebeto ega. All right. The inclusion of Isahaku and others in the game proved to be fruitless, yielded no positive results. It's important to note that Isahaku is still a young player in the process of learning and developing his skills. Consequently, his inclusion in the game came at the detriment of more experienced individuals such as Osman Bukari and Pinto. It is regrettable that this decision led to the humiliation we faced. Perhaps with a different lineup, we could have prevented this unfortunate outcome. Why will anyone drop Joseph Pinto, one of the best wingers in Europe and currently the best in Belgium Pro League, along with Osman Bukari, who actively plays in the Champions League, in favor of Isahaku, who plays in the English First Division, that is the Championship? We need to be serious. Isahaku was called as a replacement, but performed abysmally as a substitute in place of these experienced players. Wow. Maybe I do if you know if ipa maybe speak a move. Na edino okay. Minya green light na mebo dino and baby a free a buy. All right. I'm on for me. Some more drink baby. I will the bread. You're looking good this morning, but please don't talk anything good about the Black Stars. I was the first person who drew your attention on bone sets from Nkranza. All right, yes, that's power. And we thank God it's half fit now. Nana Kwame Nkranza now do we free ever. Still, most of them okay. Until you.
So I'm even surprised you are saying it's okay.
Oh, but
still, let's have a scene.
It didn't say half fit.
Let's have a scene. It
didn't say half fit, but the
first one, and then they are Batakari.
Batakari. And I said, friend say
Jalabia.
Jalabia.
First one, I said Jalabia.
I said Jalabia. A day. Okay. Enti NARO yanka jangum. Ya beje twin komo krankra enso de afra na fe ya hwede echo. Enen so na mediema omodobani e kire eye Alexandra.
Oh, okay.
Ewie enti make say na omo etibas mukura no omo echo airport.
Wow.
Omo etu ewie domini a kire Egypt.
Mediema.
Yes. Mediema. And
Ali.
Meme ndebe.
Kai. Get them.
Mediema so mbe kire Africa no bia say Ghana. Yes, ya drew sa level no. Amo say yenka ho no mbe kire bia say ka ho. Yeah.
Empire down much.
Empire down much. Enche the Bekoso airport or videos near there and then Komoka Crab to Chakra airport, Kutuka International Airport, and Nina no Ebe Bremo.
General, Achinya bi ani hu say in world football in terms of a mine rivalry I that Brazil any Argentina and terminal. Minister America say is the biggest in global football. Now, omumi enu shia ya na nsem no eni enya. Ifri titi bepem ne. Eduru baabi a omofa individual players no omo de atoto ani na rivalry na develop ya. At a point in time, na Brazil for no the blagging right when they had Pele. Then it drew baby Maradona ebi take over. Yen modern times see crano it drew baby not just Ronaldo, Luis Nazario, and my baby taking over from the likes of Angel Gabriel Batistuta. Then move forward. Baby na ba be name and Messi team any other rivalry net developing baby biasa but share and game at South American qualifier. And before the game 2 weeks ago na Copa Libertadores final no die a BSC. So ahead of this game a lot of people anticipated says Basayewi Ebekoso because when Boca Juniors etwa Fluminense Maracana ono and Tokwe assistance muni ade no na yade was but there just so much attention because big boys were not in the picture. But this time around you have almost all the big boys over there and Tokwa and the sea was standing. Then police in a corner mark say a hobby but also videos in the neighbor now what seems the police attention no was more towards say omobe Argentina fans no emum and now they were trying to say separate them but in the course of doing that who share say no musidi money gwa Argentina for na who seems the police for no the professionalism na to nchen kakra eno mawura fans 40 bm no nso entokwani bi eno moko. Yes, the Argentines were not there like omu 2 seats near the other tutu. I saw a video police in India bar a chef fan, a Brazil fan, say on famo. The police handed over that baton about Kakrakano. And the chef fans and them say only non fan bo Argentina for nebi. So it was that terrible. And Oshe send Argentina players who decided say ombe jai do mu yeni na no makojina baby adenisi no Emiliano Martinez I think on the na ya abroso because the baby na opeso no aso sa ejinto kwani biko. But general I agree with AWAL say when the match eventually went on bibia open football mu bia no na e game ni mu me hu game that balanced to say omu game no omu boy no ball possession 50-50 shots 8-8
What sorry
General Michel na me tonko kakra frame say normally I don't usually sleep before 12
okay
eti na me hwe ba na me say tonko kakra oni mra wo na TV ni mo hwe
we nipa a day
it wasn't easy but it was that a balanced game but I think say Argentina midfielders not actually overpowered the Brazilian midfielders who share Argentina team and society bring share that my because in their midfield they had Rodrigo De Paul, Fernandez, then McAllister and then Licensu. These were the 4 guys and now Umudirano, Messi and Alvarez as their leading attackers. Brazil decided to call a 4-2-3-1 formation with Bruno Gomes and then Andre say Omumienu ebe holding midfield no Ediamon, but I think Argentinians in most part of the game had the numbers and tried to outplay them. Brazil problem was for me their front line. Martinez of Arsenal as usual on the left wing. They had Rafinha on the other side. Then Rodrigo, the Real Madrid boy in middle, and then Gabriel Jesus on top of them. But they were not that potent. And I think that the difference was that towering header from Abrante and Idene Otamendi, good old Nicolas Otamendi. Of course, Christian Romero was also in a super form. No wonder a good number of sides can say Ono and they are the best player for the match. General, all in all, Brazil acquired 3 games. 3 consecutive games are losing 3 atwaso, and it's a problem for the Brazilians. And then Osha South American qualifiers are saying now we can the 2 no more South American no ye dupe no omo qualifiers no ye grouping no edu ni nyina no omo born it say league home and away so omo sha ase a ombeba every time we no be about 18 matches because bia no be able home and away
league well
omo de any league on its own a full league 10 countries at the point in time na FIFA for propose say nko monye be create 2 groups 5-5
yeah
but omo say omo bomb matches ni more na sa na prepare omo for the World Cup. They get so many games. Until they are playing 18 games as World Cup qualifiers. And so far, they've done some 6 games. Out of the 6 games, Brazil winning almost first 2. After first 2, no, almost a draw, then they lost the last 3 games. It doesn't look for the Brazilians. Currently, they are lying 6 with 7 points. Argentina and the leading almost with 15 points. So what it means is that Argentina 8 more points than Brazil. But the good thing is that and I'm saying increasing number and they call 48 in Omono first 6 ever qualify automatically. Now they will be 17 or playoff. So it's possible that out of 10 South American countries, only 3 could be absent from the World Cup. Omo die MZ omo share any problem be. So Brazil will struggle, but whatever it is, I think that the former the 5 times world champion would definitely be at the World Cup. Injuries and so home especially the one to Neymar, but I don't think that is enough for them to give that performance as so far. Omo de Emma a team no. Ushemwa, they have lost to Uruguay shom 2-0, Colombia shom 2-1, and Enra Argentina at the Akokamo. But I think that Argentina victory no ya dey be pain you papa because before the game send you not tension power Maracana stance in the money man and Crawford abefa 3 points in a corner.
First time ever
in India history
World Cup qualifier.
So Mubo World Cup qualifier now be Brazil home about Beshe Brazil in the World Cup qualifier no. In see that Nadiesino omo bitterest rival. So I'm sure this is a very painful defeat for them. General dey no kakra say Argentina coach odo maji World Cup. Coach Ney on qualifiers was adi o team that soro no. Lionel Scaloni is looking at retiring from the national team. Oh, I think he's about 45 years.
Onyini biasa.
Onyini young guy.
Oka Malaysia 97 squad no. Omo no mo technical men no. Ono Pablo Aima and then Walter Samuel.
The wall.
Yes. Omo mo technical men no.
But just 45.
He playing with Ghana that time now.
Yeah. Bashiru Gambo mo. Yeah. Mekai Emmanuel Bentel mo. Yeah, Odati Lawson mo. That was Malaysia 97. Odati Lawson mo. Uzo mo call Ecuador 95. Ebekoye.
Wow.
That was the semi-final. You lose to Uruguay. Mekai Nicolas Oliveira and then Marcelo Danubu Zalayeta. Yes, and Ekoluzu the 3rd place against Ireland near Dimienda Africa squad. Malaysia 97. Those were the playmates.
Wow. Win the special game into Nigeria, I say attention kakra. And so there can be Africa World Cup qualifiers. Under 17 World Cup kakra and so Africa performance especially. Na yadika krebia ka onafi yabe narrow it down. Ghana Comoros. Nafi yabe fi of course. Some pizu if ye and now ka so beka some kakra the afa punishment GFA DC no dey ama clubs no especially Kumasi Asante Kotoko I'm reading there so Kotoko cycles no almost no they no more cheche
they no more cheche we trouble patrons
team struggle say Mobile United at a team that you know okay Yamfa and also Enciana Afi Yampa
on the Brazil, we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, now come here. Share the team of CC Brazil a parody. Who says do na a Premier League materials?
Okay. Brazil.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm front four. No, only Rodrigo and Real Madrid.
Okay.
And then now Martina and Barca boy no. Rafinha.
So no free Premier League no put coins.
Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Martinelli, Bruno Guimaraes.
Okay.
On said identity. Jolentin mo
Yeah.
And then Joao Pedro mo of Brighton and Hove.
Yeah.
But first in Sergio na nyesa. Brazil football acquire fluid football. Joga bonito, ye mo bono. So that's the reason why previously unse na omo ntamba Premier League. Omo do na choose Italy and Spain. That is where you bought technical football. She back in the 90s. Ope baby, you bought technical football, technically gifted players. Seju, it was no doubt Syria and the La Liga. Baby, I was his Stoichkov mo, George Hagi mo, Romario mo, she the likes of Pep Guardiola mo, ko Italy, baby, I was the likes of Marco van Basten mo, Frank Rijkaard mo, later on. Seed of mobile. So it's a technically gifted place, and that was where Brazilians always choose. Number one thing is not because of cultural adaptation. They find it difficult to adapt to the English culture back in the days. But they say it's now resonating. And then owing to scarcity. And apart from that, so European clubs, no so I imagine say, omo players in develop omo betche no omo di waba omo na omo di omo main brand of football ama player no. So you see a Brazilian player, but it's not playing like how we used to know a typical Brazilian player. She Denilson. Uhuna ultimately say yes. She Edmundo. She Kaka. She Leonardo. When they are playing, you see this is a typical Brazilian footballer. But Gabriel Martinelli, even though more skill ni fluid way on, but you won't say as a physique okay. That was the reason why back in the days there were players playing and performing creditably like João Elba for Bayern Munich. By a free Brazil national team no count. But the crop of Omo for Brazil no. Premier League guys, only few in La Liga. And some of them in the Italian Serie A. Our football is changing. It's passing through a cycle. And so, Joe, that's one of the main reasons Brazil are not performing on the world stage right now. Since 2002, our team win the World Cup. Until 2014, and our team reaches semi-final. It has been quarter-final disappearances. Because in Brazil, Germany, France, South Africa, Netherlands, on home soil, they had their worst results ever.
Germany.
My friend in Minerals, Germany. Estadio Minerao in the city of Belo Horizonte. And then Sakai Kawachi in 2018 when they lost against Mino. Even though on Shedan Mino in terms of world football, but yeah, Bani said on the world stage, Oman Shedan performed too much biasa in the shape of Belgium. Belgium, the last World Cup Qatar, it was Croatia. So football pass it through some cycle. The usual fluid flowing football joga bonito na yenim se Brazil ebono. And you know mo de mai. Okay. And besides
England league no mo bono. And into no mo nyade.
There be enye sa. Men ka se enye sa. But as enya effect on their brand of football near him back in the days.
Okay. Argentina squad no more.
Almost samba no say.
Almost samba no enya samba no.
Yeah.
Say you kai
yes. But Mr. Person can
because some style now no more ball.
No.
Yeah.
That thought is popular.
DN. Yes.
And go can answer.
Yeah.
But Argentina team no Argentina are the world champions. They are about the best national team now. Argentina starting 11 and number the boy and 6 of them about Premier League. And also you can
Lo Celso,
Martinez, Lo Celso,
Enzo, and then
McAllister,
Alvarez, Julian Alvarez,
and then Christian Romero.
Yeah.
6. Brazil also starting 11, 6, and I know Premier League.
I know Brazil no more style.
Argentina for no style. Their guys are playing the Premier League, but they are delivering.
I don't style the friends.
Oh, Brazil, Argentina and Brazil there almost style is similar.
Okay.
Enti almost person we argument now.
I was samba na ira.
And Crawford.
David me kasa mo nya de o. Who can say Gabriel Jesus is not a quality player?
Yeah.
Who can say Gabriel Martinelli? Ana on said that who can say Bruno Guimaraes?
Hey, I say blasters.
But
and come on but yet to drink question.
Mama can say England don't bet team okay. Go for England at World Cup.
Only they say assistant omo play no.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The point. I only wanted.
Enti yan fancy ha na yama wa kwan na